In this video, we're going to look at Michigan and Washington National Championship game and just some of the key plays for both sides of the football. We're going to dive right in. Here on the first drive, pretty early in the game, you see just a little bit of a curl flat look right here. And with this motion, you see Washington's rolling down to one high. You're going to spot. He's going to the flat. You're going to swing here. There's a spot here over the ball and another snag here. So as you're looking at it, McCarthy catches it. His eyes go right here. He sees that roll. He's looking one to that spot. He doesn't like it. It's covered up from the inside out. So now he goes to the back side, looking at that spot right in the middle of the field. He's open. Give him the ball right now. This linebacker had widened with that swing. Good accurate ball right on his chest. Allowed him to get vertical right there. Get an extra about 3 or 4 yards. Easy throw and catch there early in the game. Trying to get on a rhythm there for Michigan. Here's a look from a play that Texas and Alabama run quite a bit. They're motioning him across. They're going vertical. You got a bang 8. They're bringing him back across this direction. They're just running inside zone to the right up front. And then they drag across here with that single receiver that's left to the bunch. And on this one, really had never seen anybody hit this. But with this guy squeezing, McCarthy can get a pull. Now he's working out here. You got this bang 8. You got a flat route here. And then that climb coming across. And this outside linebacker jumps that underneath. And McCarthy has to buy time, and off his back foot, he finds that crosser. This is a heck of a play right here, being able to find this receiver crossing the field with a big D tackle in your face, just giving ground off his back foot. Accurate ball right there in the space, because you've seen everybody clean it out with that post and that vertical. And then the flat defender was chasing right there on Roman Wilson coming across. So really good play there by McCarthy early with pressure in his face to make a play. Here's the first big play and first score for Michigan. And right here, if you're looking at the box just to run zone this direction, it looks really good. And this guy's sifting. If this linebacker's in the box, he can work up to him. So they can read C-gap. But right here, this linebacker gets out of the box, so he locks on here to the backside. So if you're looking at it, once he locks on, this linebacker steps out there to the trip. The only guy left that's unblocked is his safety. Obviously, you have to win your one-on-ones, work your double teams to be able to get there. But right here, the front, even though they're light in the box with a too high look, kind of holds their own. He has that gap, then he slides inside, and Edwards doesn't quite see it. And then after he makes that contact, the safety's trying to fill in, thinking that maybe he's running through that gap. And then Edwards, with just how much they're getting movement here from this double team on this end, getting wide and then working up to that linebacker, there's nobody left here to fill or even to turn him back. So once he bounces and sees that space, safety had rolled down a little bit too narrow, a little bit too early. And now Donovan Edwards just does the rest. Speed right there, outruns the safeties, outruns this angle, which is unreal because you'd think that's a good angle there for that safety. Not even close. They didn't put a hand on him. So right there, Edwards showing the speed, showing his explosive playability. Big touchdown there for Michigan early in the game. Here's an example of just running snag. You get in a corner here, snag. Running backs out of the backfield here. This is on Washington's first drive, which was a long drive as far as plays and time. That's what Michigan's want to do. Take away the big plays, make them convert on third downs, and hopefully they can come up and tackle. But right here on this one, there's your snag, there's your corner, there's your first couple looks. Nobody takes the flat, so he takes them. Good accurate throw so he can turn and maybe make somebody miss. Here's the corner playing down. Comes in a little bit high. Broken tackle, and that right there is what Michigan really didn't want. Of course, but make them throw it underneath on 3rd and 5. Come up and make a play. Washington just taking the completion, making somebody miss. Big first down in the first drive there for Washington. Looking at the second big Donovan Edwards run, again, you got your unbalanced set. You got an extra lineman over here. You got your tight end here backside. You're just running duo. So you're running downhill. Everybody's basically down blocking right here. And you have a corner that's filling in hard here off the edge to really set it. So right here, Edwards is looking to bend into that direction. And if you're just looking to the backside, they do a pretty good job fitting this. There's a ton of bodies over here. So they jumble all this up. And they do a great job as well getting penetration here by this defensive tackle. Absolutely rocked this dude all night. There was a lot of penetration right there at that spot. So right there downhill, he's looking to bend there. And there's an unblocked guy, a couple unblocked guys here to the backside. And for whatever reason, over here to the right side, when this tight end, he's doubling there and works out. Corner's man up on him, widens out, and this tackle just watches him. So there's a huge gap. Everybody else is filling there, which is where this ball is supposed to hit. Way too much space right there to the backside, opening up that gap. And great job by Edwards not being a robot. Got all the way to the backside right there. And then again, whenever Edwards gets into a race, especially the linebackers, guys trying to run him down, no chance right here. Explosive player right there for Michigan. Here's a look of another 3rd and 5, and right here you're getting some flat routes, a little bit of rub. Michigan running down to man-to-man. Only rushing 3, dropping guys underneath, ready for anything crossing. So right here, Penix has to take this flat, and he rips it out there to him. If you take that completion right there and say, hey, we got space here, the ball's already caught right here, we got a chance to make him miss, but here, this is a really good tackle. So right there, Continues to fight, gets his arm around his waist. Great athlete, gets him on the ground. Huge play there on a 3rd and 5. Tackling in space is what Michigan's going to have to do to get Washington off the field, which is what they did most of the night. After those first couple really big plays, Washington's defense actually settled in and made some plays. There's motion. They're trying to run a smash, a little bit of rub, and then getting that motion. They're hoping that he's running hard and can create that space. When he goes vertical, you see he's right there in his hip pocket. McCarthy tries to rip that thing, and great play. Not just a perfect ball, but right here, really good play. Could possibly even undercut that and make a pick, but right there on his backside, front side hip, gets around, knocks it down. Really good play there to get Washington off the field in a really critical situation, just force Michigan into a field goal. I thought this was a really interesting look. You're getting motion here. You got a fullback, one receiver back here, and faking across there with Odunze going to the flats. You got a guard pulling, and all they do is run a straight curl right here. And with that motion, you see Michigan's rolling down to one high look. So a curl, especially straight curl right there, is really good if you can go curl flat. And as he's kind of stretched to the flats, you see these guys are down, and Michael Penix just rips this thing right through the window. There's a deep curl. It's like a 15-yard curl with that play action. Good throw and catch. Good scheme with the way that they're rolling with that motion. Here's a look at the 1 sack of the night. Obviously, Michigan had a ton of pressure all night, and we're hitting Penix a lot more than he had all season. And you're getting a one-on-one with this defense tackle in 71, and he walks right through him. So right there, huge bull rush, gets him to the inside, and then just puts him on his butt on the way to Penix. So right there, no chance. Great coverage right there. Right here's just a 4-man rush. You're getting a one-on-one right here. And as you see, Washington even leaves a couple extra guys in. So they have 7 guys with this extra tight end and running back here to block 4. And still somehow got a one-on-one and get walked through right there by the D tackle. So great strength, great presence right there by this D tackle, and a great job finishing. That's been the thing all year. People hadn't been able to get Penix on the ground, and that's what they do right here. So a great job on the bull rush, and then a finish right there, getting Penix on the ground for the only sack of the night for Michigan, even though they got tons of pressure. Michigan being aggressive right here, already up by 14 in the second quarter right here, and trying to convert on 4th and 3, and kind of in no man's land right here on about 39. So right here on this one, as you're seeing, all they run is they're running a stick and they're running an out right here. So this linebacker sits right here. There's your speed out. And if you're just looking at this outside linebacker, this is a heck of a play by this linebacker. As soon as that ball snapped, he knows he's flat. So he's running right there to it. Doesn't even look for the ball right there. He's just splitting hands, assuming that thing's going to be an out route. So right there, really good job probably coaching that guy up, knowing that they're going to go to the out a lot of times, especially they'd done it early in the game, and they made a play on it as well. But right here, again, an out by Roman Wilson with a linebacker on him. Great job splitting the hands, knocking that thing away. Washington was making plays on, especially on defense, in that second and third quarter. So right there, unbelievable play here by this linebacker. Not a bad call there by Michigan. You'd think anytime you got your best receiver on a linebacker, feel good about it. Not creating enough space right there. And great play by that linebacker. We're on a 4th and goal from the 3. Obviously, again, Michigan's defense is finding ways to get them on the ground, not allow them to create explosive plays, so they're having to drive it. And again, 4th down in the red zone goal line. They motion across there in a tray set. Here you got your tight end, single receiver. And what they're trying to run right here is make it like they're going across and then work back out. He's got time to work to the middle, so you're basically looking 1, 2, and you're going to leave 7 guys in. Obviously, they've been getting pressure for most of the night, even with their 4 against 7. So right here, looking up top, at the first thing that Penix is looking at, he's working in. He's got outside leverage, which is not ideal, but he still feels like if he puts his foot in the ground, he's going to have a chance to win. Gets held up, grabbed. Of course, if he doesn't get grabbed, he's probably thinking that he's throwing that thing to that front pylon. He's going to work in. But right there, this linebacker steps up because he's probably manned up on that back as well. 2-on-1 here. If you don't win, now you got that to the middle of the field. As long as that safety is staying over the top instead of going to the middle of the field, should have a lot of space there, especially if that linebacker steps up for that running back. So right there, Penix, he's trying to call a flag, which they do end up throwing a flag here on this one. Then he gets to his second guy down the middle of the field. And, of course, looking at him, he's getting this pocket condensed and lots of pressure off his back foot. Still an accurate ball with enough pace to it to beat the guy that's trying to chase right there, number 0, playing man-to-man. Really good route here by McMillan as well. Just gave a little bit of a pause because he knows it's going to take a little bit of time because they're reading this cross and back out, whatever you call that. But, boom, he sticks it. This guy's already got outside leverage because he's thinking he's pushing him to that safety, which that safety is just kind of sitting there staring at the quarterback. Right there, great job by Penix, having enough on it to get the ball to McMillan there in the middle of the field for a touchdown. There's a good call on a screen, and they're showing their protection like they do quite a bit. They're sliding basically that direction, pulling the guard. This fullback acting like he's oversetting this defensive end. So right here, you're looking at it, he's setting, but he's setting way outside of this end. Let him rush free, And as soon as he takes off, now he just spins out to the backside. Quarterback's faking across right here. You got that guard pulling as well, trying to get these linebackers either to step or to start dropping, thinking that it's pass. And right there, eyes away. And then he slides back to 83. Now you got this tackle who slid in. Now he's going to work right there to the man directly over the top of the tight end. Easy throw and catch right there. Getting it up and around this free defensive end. There's your tackle out. There's your center. All these guys are kind of working to pin here. So a really good call against an aggressive defense that's playing hard. Doesn't really just get a huge piece of them. It's just got to buy there to slow them down. And this tight end does a pretty good job playing ball. So right there, makes contact at about 6-7 yards deep. Runs through an arm tackle. Gets an extra 5-6 yards. Runs through a guy. And because he's fighting right there, playing hard, even gets an extra 15 right here whenever they sling him out of bounds just a little bit late. But right there, great call on that misdirection screen to the tight end. And then great job by that tight end run through an arm tackle, get an extra 7 or 8. This is a point of the game where Washington's defense was really frustrating Michigan's offense, and you felt like at some point Washington was going to find a way to tie this game up. And on this one, on a 3rd and 2, a little bit of motion here, trying to get these guys out here wide, reading this backside, running outside to mid-zone to the right. And they do a great job of getting off blocks. You see 53 right here, getting beat there to the inside to turn this back. These guys fitting this thing inside out where they need to be and pushing it back to them right there. So great team defense, great job fitting, playing fast, getting into it, getting off blocks, and then getting Corum on the ground is the other big thing. So Washington's defense right here was really playing, making some plays, getting their offense back on the field and giving them a chance. Michigan's defense was on a mission not to give up explosive plays right here. Looks like they're going to one high, whether it's cover 1, cover 3, doesn't matter, but they're running double slants here. Then they're running the fade off it. So a slant fade here to the best receiver on the field in Dunze. And we'll take a look at, obviously, where this tackle gets beat. It's called for a hold right here because he's getting his feet. You see him get those feet real narrow right here. Changing direction. Whenever you're hopping like that, you can't change direction when he reacts. And that's what gets him off balance and gets beat right there and has to reach out and grab. But right here, looking at the slant, you can really see it just real well. But 1, 2, 3, he sticks it. He's going to the slant. You can see him going right there, and then he goes vertical, running by that guy who was attacking that upfield shoulder. Easy throw and catch there to the outside for how good these guys are. Staying away from that one high look. So, yeah, put a little bit of pace on that ball. Keep him away from that guy. Put it outside the numbers. Great adjustment. Good catch there by Dunze. Good route, even though it gets called back. One of the few explosive plays where they even had a chance in this game. At this point right here, Washington's defense has been on the field a ton and had been making plays. This offense is really explosive early in the game. They've only given up 2 field goals so far. One of them was off a turnover. And right here, all Michigan's doing, they're basically doubles a motion in to get a little bit tighter, and he just runs a bang 8 to that second level. As you're looking at what they're running, they're just running either a trap, play action right here, getting these guys to step down. And once they step in, that hard fake, he's going to go right there to the middle. There's your window. That's a tight window to throw it to. He's got to beat the safety. It's Loveland's job here to beat the safety. McCarthy's got to beat those backers in the window. Rips it as he's getting hit. So right here, maybe a hold. That guy's tugging the jersey a little bit, but right there, gets it out through the window. Not a great ball. This thing's high. Loveland bails him out. You see the safety when he sees that high ball, thinking he's going to have a chance to get a pick, and that's what throws him off. Now it turns into an explosive play right here. Gets the big tight end on that bang 8 with a little bit of a play action, pulling that guard into open space right there. Huge play. Almost broke the back there for Washington's defense, who had been playing so hard to keep Michigan out of the end zone, keep them from running the football. And right here with this explosive play, really kind of took some wind out of their sails. Where Michigan's just running counter, so you're blocking back, you're going to double there to the backside. Pull in to kick is typically what you do, but these guys are squeezing so hard, pulling the lead there to that linebacker to the front side. And on this one, as you're looking, this dude squeezes so hard, he runs past that guard and takes himself out of the play, and that guard's able to get up. Here's your pull for the front side, the tight end, so right there he takes him. And instead of having to even block that guy for a log, so once he wrong shoulders, he should get vertical, trying to hopefully knock off this second puller as well. But instead he just runs all the way past it. And right there, the guard that pulled, he gets all the way up to the linebacker safety. So you got the kick, you got a lead, and you got a guy all the way for the safety. Great job making a guy miss. After pausing for just a second, he kind of misses on that linebacker. Makes him miss there by Corum. And then again, now you got 2 big bodies on that safety thinking, what the heck did I do to make this happen? Where I've got guards absolutely mollywopping me here. Really not ideal for anybody's situation as far as life circumstances, but right there, safety's the only guy left, and there are 2 guys on him. Great job by Corum making a guy miss as well. Getting in the zone for a huge touchdown for Michigan. Here's the one real explosive play that they were able to create all night, which this is late in the game, 6:32 left in the game. And if you're telling me that's the first real explosive play that Washington has, that's really big. So they're coming back to a play on a 2nd and 6. that they missed earlier on a 4th down. So right there, he's running out. He's got some sort of a vertical read, and he gets into that outside third. With this motion, you see these guys trying to communicate here, and they don't do a great job of getting it communicated. Once he goes to the flats, both these guys sit, and he's into that deep third with no safety help. That safety stayed too tight to the hash. And right here, Penix putting it out there outside the numbers. Great job fading it away. There's the safety that should be over the top of it once that motion happened. Easy throwing a catch right here. First explosive play of the night right here. And a Dunze making a guy miss as well. Great effort to get back to it, making sure that you get a guy on the ground, even tries to swat at the ball. Great job coming back to that play. And this time they're able to connect on it for a big play. After an interception on 4th and 13, Michigan got the ball all the way down to about the 9 or 10. And they drive it down. They finish this thing off with an exclamation point. Some big bodies in here. We'll motion him across. And they're running power right here without pulling anybody. So we'll motion him across. There's your kick. There's your lead from the fullback straight downhill. As you're looking at it, again, penetration right here at this tackle spot. So not just a great game right there. That dude kind of owned that gap all night. Right there, there's your kick. There's your lead. It's squeezing hard, but he squeezes tight enough and has a fullback body there as well. Gets in the end zone. A lot of physicality. These guys getting all the way up to the safety, putting them on their butts way back here. So exclamation point there for Michigan, going up 34-13 with about 3.5 minutes left in the game. A really interesting game with Washington and Michigan, 2 teams that are going to be in the Big Ten next year. Washington really gave them a run for the money in the second, third quarter, and then Michigan was able to pull away with a couple late touchdowns. You can see just the fight in Washington, especially defensively. Washington, too many errors up front, especially against the pass rush. Penix getting hit too many times, and not able to create explosive plays was huge. So Michigan did a great job making them be patient, staying over the top, tackling them on 3rd and 4th downs, and get them off the field. So I'd say that it's the last college football game of the season that we're going to have a chance to break down. If you got any value out of this video, please subscribe. We're trying to get 10,000 subscribers while we're in January. So subscribe if you can. Let us know what you thought about the championship game, and we'll see you guys again in the next video.